Good morning. How is everybody today? Today, the sun is shining again, so I'm very happy. And we are going to talk about personalizing cookies because personalizing cookies is a way to make your cookies go from cute to wow. And if you give them as gifts, people love personalized things. If you sell cookies, then you can charge a premium for personalized cookies. And there are some tips that I want to share with you all on how you can have more success in personalizing your cookies. So I'm going to show you just a couple of examples and then give you some tips on how you can achieve what I have done here. So the first is just a monogram or an initial on a cookie. It just makes your cookie super cute. So here's a cookie that I did with the wet on wet technique. Here is one that I did with edible paint. And I mean, the techniques are different, but which one would you rather have? Would you rather have the one with the cute little initial? I'd say yes. Secondly, we have this one right here, which is personalized with my name. And I'm going to show you how I achieved that very clean writing. And then next, I have this super cute personalized one for Easter. This is one of our previous cheerful boxes. I think it was from 2 years ago, Easter. If you have this cookie, look how I did it just a little bit differently. So now let's talk about some tools to make personalizing easier. With this cookie right here, what I did is I used the DeFont app, or the DeFont website. So I'm just going to go on here and I'm going to show you what that is. So it's DAFONT. This is where you can find every font you could possibly ever want. I use this a lot for personalizing cookies. So over here, you can choose, you can just scroll through them. I usually end up using a brush font a lot of the time. Sometimes I'll use calligraphy, but not that often. Usually that's kind of too fancy. You can use serif or sans serif. And then you just click through, and then once you find something that you like, you can put the name in, and then it will show you how it will look in the different fonts, which is really, really handy. And I just go through and I pick a font that I like. And there's some that I use, more often than not. And you can find the ones that you really like and you can save it. But that's super helpful for me. Once I find the font that I like to create my initial or my word, then I use my handy dandy projector and I project it down onto my cookie. My handwriting is pretty good, but not on cookies. So I rarely write without a projector. So again, that website is defont.com. That is a really, really, really handy place to find fonts and letters and monograms. You can also find, I think there is an actual monogram, maybe. I don't really remember. Oh, calligraphy. You can do 3 letters if you want to, just all kinds of wonderful things. So I hope that that is happy. If you're on here, have you ever used DeFont? It's great. You all like my cup? My friend Fressia gave me that. Isn't that fun? Now, once you have the font that you want, then how do you get it so your writing is really neat? What you do is you use this tip right here, And this is a PME one. My 1.5, I accidentally grabbed the wrong one. The one is pretty skinny, but I always use PME 1.5. But you'll notice these don't have any seams in them. They're long. They just are so much better for writing on cookies. So this right here, I did with a thicker black icing, a piping consistency, and a tip, and I use tip 1.5. Makes a huge difference. With this one, again, I did the edge with 1.5, and then I filled it in with a thicker piping consistency. You can also create royal icing transfers for letters. And what I recommend using for that, I mean, you can print them out, but with a regular printer, but using Word, but I think it's hard to get the size that you want. So what I recommend is the Procreate app and an iPad. And if you have Procreate, then you'll know exactly what I'm getting ready to say, or you'll be able to follow it. If you have an iPad and you don't have Procreate, I highly, highly recommend it. What you can do is you can create a grid. So if I know that I want this letter to be 2 inches, I'll create a grid on my Procreate tablet. Good morning. And is that Elizabeth? Good morning, Elizabeth. I'll create a grid that is 2 inches by 2 inches. And then I will put the letter in there that I want. And then when I print out my document, I know it's going to be the right size. Now, if you don't use Procreate, you're probably like, I can't follow you. But if you do use Procreate, using the grid to size your letters is a huge thing. And you can make your own royal icing transfers. But honestly, using the font and the projector is a wonderful thing. Now, this cookie isn't that so cute? I just love this one. Again, I use one of our Cheerful Box designs to create this. And I just used an edible marker once the icing was really dry to write my son's name. And that one I did, and he wouldn't like this cookie because, it's super girly and pink, but I just thought it would be fun to write that on there. I use the Tweets markers. They're the fine tip markers. They're really, really great. I'm trying to think if I have another personalized ones. They have really skinny ones, and then they have ones that are brush tip. So if you're familiar with calligraphy at all, using the brush tip markers are great. And the thing I love about the Tweets markers is they don't smudge. They dry almost instantly. They're fantastic. I can't say enough about them. You all want me to look up the link for that? Let me look that up too. Tweets edible markers. And if you all are going to CookieCon, they're always there, always. So you can find them there. They are the nicest people. Okay, let me show you the Tweets markers so you'll know where to find that. Here it is. Tweets Ultra Fine Point Pen. You cannot have enough of these. You can draw eyelashes, fine lines, intricate detail, and writing. They don't smudge, run, or bleed. They are fantastic. So make sure that you get those. You will love them. Good morning, Jamie. Jamie, I just saw your message in the group, and I will compile a list of items for new cookie decorators. Just give me a couple days. Tomorrow's my son's birthday, so I'm in birthday mode. So again, just to recap what we've talked about, personalizing cookies is a super cute way to just add some extra fun to your cookie sets. You can use the website defont.com to find really cute lettering, and then you can use a projector. You can write on your cookies using a PME tip 1.5, which is the best. You also want to make sure that you use thicker icing, and then you can write on your cookies with an edible marker. Nice to catch you live. I'm brand new. Love everything so far. Of course, no rush. Enjoy your birthday celebration. Yes, thank you. My son, my oldest son is 23, and I think, how did we get here? So let's see. Let me give you a tip too about black icing. If you make black icing ahead of time, let's say, because I always make it ahead of time, let it sit before you bag it, and then bag it when you need it. Because what happens is if you put it in the bag a couple days in advance, and then you decide that you want to write with it, you will squeeze it out and a big old blob of liquid will come out. It's not good. Black and red sometimes do that, but especially black. So always remix your icing if it's in the bag before you pipe letters on cookies. Also with black, it gets thinner over time. So I recommend to use it as soon as you can. When you make it a little bit thicker because it will get thinner. And I think that's because you do have to add more coloring to black to make it black. So that's a little tip. I ruined so many cookies when I first started. I would have this beautiful cookie and I would want to write on it and I would squeeze it out and I just would ruin my cookie. So, with some of our cheerful boxes, if you all are familiar, this is one of the designs for next month. We include royal icing transfers. These are transfers because it just makes writing on cookies a lot easier. So having the right tip, having the right supplies, the right thickness of icing will give you success when writing on cookies. And this is funny. Let me see if I can find this. So this, I was playing around the other day. I was doing some advertising photos. And so I was trying to I made cookies that honestly looked like the cookies when I very first started. And there's nothing wrong with that because everybody starts somewhere. So this is what a cookie would have looked like, honestly, when I very first started. And after practice, this is what it looks like. But when I wrote my name on here, I just wrote it with black icing that was not thick enough. And I did not use a tip. And I didn't use a projector, and you can see how awful it looks. This one, I used the tip 1.5. I use thicker icing and I use a projector. So which cookie would you want? And listen, if you're at this stage, don't you worry, because eventually you will get here. Because I got there just by taking lots of classes and doing lots of practice. So does anybody have a question about what we've talked about today? When you have time, can you share how you did images on the homegrown baby shower cookie set? Home. Oh, um, the way that I did that, Alta, right? Is I did it with my Eddie printer. So, do you have an Eddie printer? If you do, what I did is I created the images in the size that I needed using my iPad and Procreate. And then I loaded those into Canva. And then I took that image and I printed it on a piece of paper. And then I took that piece of paper and I put parchment paper on top of it, and I created my royal icing transfers. Then I took that another piece of paper and put it on the printer and printed the images, and then I set the royal icing transfers exactly on top of where those images printed and printed them again. It was not an easy process at all. In fact, I don't even think I could have followed what I just said, and I've been doing cookies for a long time. That is something that is a advanced skill. You'll get there. But yeah, I did it with my printer for sure. Any other question about cookies? If you want to know more about how to decorate cookies, or if you want your cookies to go from wow to just incredible, or from if you want your cookies to go from here to here, then you can check out our subscription box, which teaches you all about how to decorate cookies. And I'll show you the link to that so you can check that out. It's right here. It comes with a supply sheet, 6 large cookie cutters, 3 small cookie cutters, a stencil, a bag to put your cookie cutters, access to cheerful boxes and previous tutorials, 25% discount on anything in my shop, access to our Facebook group, monthly trainings, all kinds of fun stuff. So you can go, I'll put the link in here if you want to check that out. This set is only available for a few more days. So get it while you can. We also have a cookie cutter and stencil club that you can get as well. That is a less expensive, super fun option. So let me see. Here's a question that somebody had. Let me look. Thank you for all the tips. Is there a particular class you recommend beginners take that pairs well with your subscription box? So Jamie, the key to cookies is knowing how to make the icing. And I just sent an email out this morning. I'm going to do a deep dive into royal icing in the group on Thursday night. It's just for subscribers. I also have a royal icing class that I'll make sure that I put the link, I think, is in the club. It's an older class, but it's still a really good one. So I'll put that in there. Alta, your box is being picked up today by the post office. So it should take, a day or two to get there. So you can look forward to having some cookie fun over the weekend. And Jamie, I'll work on the list. Now the supply list does have the supplies, and a couple different people in the past couple days, it's so funny, have asked me about my cookie turntable. I actually made that, but you can find them on Amazon. If you just put in cookie turntable, and you want to get one that has a little grippy thing on top of it, because that way your cookie won't slide around. And it is so much easier to decorate when you have a turntable, without a doubt. My son used to make those and we sold them, but he's in college now, and he's not doing that. And I honestly just don't have time to add one more thing to my life. So let's see. Any other questions? Let's see. I'm looking through. Yeah, I think that's it. So if you're a subscriber, thank you. Make sure that you check out lots of things in the group. And I guess that's it. I will be live again tomorrow. What am I talking about tomorrow? I don't even remember. Let me see. I did this all this morning. Maybe I haven't even put it out there, but I'm going to tell you real quick. If you go to cheerfulbaker.com and you scroll down to the very bottom, I have my list. I have my calendar. It shows you exactly what I'm doing every day. So tomorrow I am doing, fixing common icing mistakes. That's a good one. So I hope you can join me again tomorrow at 9:30. Normally I go live on Wednesdays at 9:30 only, but my life kind of took a crazy turn the past couple weeks and I did not get to go live. So I'm making up for it. Let's see, there's another new comment. Any tips how to master the gold luster dust? With what specifically, Elizabeth, are you struggling with? And I'm happy to help you with that. Because, the more bling we have on cookies, the better, right? So what in particular are you whoops. What in particular? Oh, the consistency. Are you do you want to know the consistency for actually putting it on your cookie? Is that what you're talking about? I wish I could bring you on here. Oh, you want to come on here with me? Maybe I can. Let's see. Oh, no, I don't think I can. Okay. There's a couple of things you can do with luster dust, and I need to do a live specifically about that, but I'll be glad to answer your question. You can mix it with Everclear alcohol. You can mix it with lemon juice, which honestly doesn't work as well. And you can mix it with the stuff from the Sugar Art. What's it called? Hold on, let me look that up too. The Sugar Art. It is called, I use it all the time, which is absolute color solution. Color solution from the Sugar Art. And you want to mix it so that it looks like nail polish. Yes, the Sugar Art, you want it to be thick like nail polish. That is my best tip. If it's too thin, you're not going to have a good coating. If it's too thick, it's going to get clumpy. If it's too thick and it gets clumpy, all you have to do is let it dry and then you can just wipe it off. But nail polish consistency, does that help? I hope that helps. Any other questions about that? Another thing you can do is you can wait till your cookie dry till your actually never mind. I was going to say something different, but forget that. Castor sugar and granulated sugar. Castor sugar, I think, is granulated sugar, and I think that's what they call it in Europe. Because I have seen that, but I've never seen that in the United States. So I just use regular granulated sugar. Any other questions? I'm getting ready to go birthday cake shopping because my precious son said that he would rather have a birthday cake from this great bakery than have his mother make him one, which kind of cracks me up since that's what I do for a living, but I don't make that many cakes, so that's okay. Okay, holes in the icing. I'm not going to talk about that today because that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about all things royal icing, common mistakes, and that not common mistakes, but how to fix issues. And that's a big one. So come back tomorrow at 9:30. We'll talk about all about how to fix icing. And that's it for today. So thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you in the club. Bye.